Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today I'm going to review this Famui travel paint box. It comes empty and it is a nice compact, you can see it's about the size of my hand, nice compact little 24 color palette. Now it does not come with paint. What it comes with is 24 empty half pans. And I wanted to get right to using it, so I decided that I would pop in some colors I already had. Now when you get this is going to move a lot more freely. It comes with an Allen wrench, and all you need to do is insert it into the handle, and then you can tighten it up as much as you want. So it's for as much tension as you want on the mast here, the lid, and then this will come out. Let's see how big of paper we can put on that with that mast. You can have a, oops, let's turn that around, about 8 inches, an 8-inch high paper. So if you want to do 8 by 10. And then of course you go as wide as you want to. This support is a little over 6 inches, about 6 1/4. And it does come with a clip. So like here, if I'm using like a watercolor pad or a block, I can snug that down and that's pretty secure. But you know, if a big gust of wind came, it could, you know, take it away. So what I can do is I could just use a clip if I need to. I could clip it to the mast. I could clip it. I like to clip it to the actual back just because it's a little bit more sturdy, but that does come included along with the Allen wrench and a spare magnet. So this does close magnetically, but if you have that kind of torqued, you don't really feel the magnets clip as much, but I'll just show you. You know, you can kind of hear that click, and then it's not going to come open on its own. This little cart, this little sidecar here comes separate, but it's very easy to pop in and it does fit snugly. The thing I like about this is that you can actually, you can close it with it all connected and it's not really that bulky. So if you wanted to keep that, maybe put a rag in there or a sponge or something and just slide it in a bag or even just carry it like that, it's going to hold pretty well. I don't feel like anything's going to fall off of it. I mean, like if you were carrying, you probably have it in a bag because, you know, you'd have your paper separately. But I'm going to show you some of the features here. I did record the unboxing of this, but then I realized, you know, it's really more, I don't know, I feel like it's a little bit more useful to see, you can kind of hear the afterthoughts of it. It's got a thumb ring, and I think you can get this for right or left. I'm right-handed. And they 3D print these, so I'm sure they're kind of making them as they need them. And I'm noticing that a lot more in the art industry, that companies are doing more 3D printed palettes. And I just think it's to kind of keep up with the growing, ever-changing demand, because there's been so many palettes coming out that it's such a hot product right now that maybe it's, you know, maybe things kind of come and go and people get sick of it and don't want to, you know, I don't know the shelf life. I don't know the shelf life of like how long these sell for. I know that I have more watercolor palettes than I could possibly use at once. So I think the companies keep coming out with new designs because we get so tempted by them. So I'm not going to pretend that that's not the case. We have 2 fairly good sized mixing areas. This one is about 2.5 by 2.5. This one is 2.5 by about 5.5 for a mixing area. So there's a lot of space there. This will take 24 half pans, or maybe you might be able to get, let's see, let me just try to figure 1, 2, 3, 4 times 3. You can get 12 full pans in here, and there is a generous width there, so you don't have to have a special tool to pull the pans back out again. There is these silicone, I think it's silicone kind of grippy strips on either side. So these are small half pans. These are the Phoenix Professional ones that are the same size as the Winsor & Newton half pans. They fit. These are a little bit bigger, the ones that come in it, and those fit just fine too. So there is a good amount of wiggle room as to what you can fit in there for your half pan. So I don't think any half pans you have, any standard half pans you have, are going to have any problem fitting, because, you know, there's always a little bit of, you know, some have straight sides, some have tapered sides. They all should fit because of those grippy strips in there, which I thought was a really nice effect. You have one little sponge in there. I suppose if you didn't want that, you want to take it out and put water in there, you could. But I did find this handy for wiping my brush. This little compartment comes out, which is great for dumping out this if you have water, because you might not want to dump the entire, you know, palette. If you put water in there, you could pull this out and dump that out. So that's why I wouldn't personally put water in that side unless you had another one of those cups, which I don't think they sell those accessories separately. I mean, you can get the brushes separately, but this all comes together, except for the paint. It comes with half pans and you put your own paint in it, or do what I did and just, you know, rob it from another palette and put them in there. First thing I did was make a swatch just to see what it'd be like to hold this and paint with it. This is very lightweight. And if you're sitting on a park bench, you probably you could have this, your hand even resting on your knee or whatnot, or even just set it down next to you or have it on your table. I found there to be enough water. This is the painting that I did on there, and I'll have a tutorial for this so you can kind of see it in action coming up on my YouTube channel if it's not there already. It was very easy to use. It was very comfortable. Like if you want to sit on your couch and paint while you're watching TV, I don't see a big spill risk because this is flush with your table. It's actually a little bit raised, so if you had this sitting on your coffee table even, you know, it's not going to be tippy. And that's one of the issues I found with the really cute wooden palettes. So I previously reviewed this palette from Famui. So this goes for around 60 to, I don't know, maybe $55 to $65, depending if it's on sale, where you're buying it. You can find it on Amazon or on the Famui website. I have a coupon code for 20% off anything at Famui, your entire order. So I will put that in the video description if you are interested in shopping there. But I do find their prices to be a little bit higher than Amazon, even though per Amazon rules, they all should be pretty much the same. So, you know, you can try both places and see what's going to give you a better deal. Those are affiliate links, so I would earn a commission on that, but please don't feel obligated to buy anything. It's just fun to see. It's fun to see what's out there, right? So this was the older Famui box, and I made some suggestions, and I think that's why they include the Allen wrench on the new box, because when I first got this, the top was so floppy, and it seemed to loosen up every time I used it. And I used an Allen wrench to tighten it up, but even if I put like a block of paper on there and start to paint, like it would tip down. So, and I think it's due to the weight of the wood. The other thing that I didn't really love about this was that there was a little bit of a split in the wood where they had it attached to the hinge. There is a little mount on this one, so you can hook this to a tripod, which is handy, but if that won't hold like the weight of your paper without having that Allen wrench, I thought that was a problem. It came with 2 water brushes, and I actually put this little Allen wrench in the little slot there. This is one I already had though. So I did suggest that if they're gonna offer this, to include an Allen wrench, because otherwise that's just gonna flop down and just be like kind of tipping down away from your palette and not ideal. So they did make that change with this, and I do think this is a much superior box. Even though wood is nice, wood is pretty, we all love a beautiful wooden box, it's just not as practical. And the other thing with this is that, and I have to, I'm not even entirely sure which brass cup with this, because I have another, I think it was this shallow, no, actually I think it was this long one. With a brass cup like this, if you go to set it down, that's gonna pop up and it might actually spill. I mean, that one's not as bad, but it's still gonna pop up if you set it on your table, which, you know, I mean, you could be careful and not spill it, absolutely, but it's not as good as this design, in my opinion. Plus, this is so much lighter, so if you do end up carrying it and you're lugging it around with you, that in your bag is gonna weigh much less than this in your bag. And this doesn't even have paint in it, and it is, you know, it's already double the weight without any paint in it. So that might not be a big deal for many people, but like you can't close it with a cup in there. And I think that's kind of a drag, so you have to carry something else. And if something's not connected or can't be stored together, you have a higher chance of losing it, in my opinion. The other box I wanted to show you was this one by Lightwish. This one is around $75. I feel like this is a much better made palette than the one by Famui. It does also have the clip there, but you also have the issue where it's heavy, and like this thing doesn't want to stay in it, so I have masking taped it down with my little swatch there. It does come empty, so you can put your own colors in. This one has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 times 3, 21, no, 9 times 3, 20, is it 27? 27 spots, so you do have room for 3 more paints, but you also have the cup issue. I think that's the one that came in that cup. So you can store it in there, but then it's not going to sit flat either. So I think that's kind of a drag. If you're going to use it on a tripod every time, not that big of a deal, but this one is heavier than the other wooden one by Famui, but I do feel like it's better made. But giving me the choice between the 3, I would take this one because it's lightweight. It doesn't hook to a tripod, but I don't like to bring a tripod with me. This gives me flexibility. I feel like I could I wouldn't lose my paints if I accidentally fell. Oh, that one fell out because it needs to be used and glued back into the pan, but that's not the fault of this palette. And I like how it folds up very compactly. I wanted to show a couple other options because I've recently reviewed another set by Famui, which I really like. And actually, I'm not even sure which one's going to go up first on my channel. But I did want to show this one right here. This one is also the same price pretty much as that one. The paint, this comes with paint, but the paint's not as good. You can get refills for the paper. It comes with paper. So it really just depends on what you want. And they did also include a little screwdriver so that you could tighten up the palette here, which you have to do every time you use it, which is, I don't know. I mean, it's fine since you have the screwdriver, but I think that would also be pretty easy to lose. The paint is not that awesome, but there's also not much of it, so you'll use it up and then you can refill it with whatever you want. This also is very compact and very easy to use. It came with a brush, a dual-ended brush like that one, which I'll show you in a minute, but I found a water brush to be more convenient in this pad. But this is also a very, very handy little kit. It just kind of depends on what you like. Now the binder or the folio kits have become very popular. The first one I ever had was by Viva. I'm actually going to grab that one because I do like that one a lot and I've used that one for many years. And I've actually filled an entire sketchbook with this. And I kind of like the portfolio style because you keep all your supplies together and you can, you know, you can have everything right there. And then you just close it up and you're done. You know, I like that. This does have a couple loops if you did want to put in, say like a pen and a water brush or, you know, whatever you want. If you wanted to throw your debit card in there and just take that as your only thing for out for a day of painting, you could do that as well, which I like that compactness. And this is lighter than this, even with the paint in it. So, well, actually, no, you know what? I think they're equal, but this is with the paint, this is paper, and this is with the paper. So, you know, you gotta consider that. I don't think the weight on either of those would be a deal breaker. But, you know, just to kind of give you that. But if you wanted something that was empty, another option that I will have a review for soon are these by Lightwish. Has a few different ones where it comes with cotton paper and an empty palette. And I think these are a little bit cheaper even. So, sorry for the crinkle. These come with a, not a water brush. They come with a brush with a cap, a travel brush with a cap. And then you've got these little 3D printed palettes that you can fill up yourself. And these do have a ceramic mixing area. But, you know, you would just kind of arrange it however you wanted to arrange it. You can move your palette. You could you take your palette out of there, move it here so that you have it right there with your paper. So you have that option as well. And I just think that people are really gaga over these travel palettes. I know I am. I collect travel palettes, travel watercolor palettes. So, you know, it is a little crazy. It's definitely more than you would need for utility, but I do love innovations in travel palettes. So it's my collection. Some people collect spoons or thimbles or, I don't know, baseball cards. I collect watercolor palettes. But I would say that this is a really good contender. I'm really happy with it. And I actually, because we got the 2 water buckets, I like that it has the actual travel brush. It's got one of their shorter dual-ended travel brushes with a graphite tip for sketching. You're not going to do really defined, really fine-tuned sketches, but you can get like a basic sketch like I did for this just fine, just for like kind of mapping stuff out, because it is kind of a blunt graphite, and I wouldn't go sharpening it because you only got so much graphite. I would use it until it's used up, and then, you know, you'd want to probably bring a pencil. But for just doing quick sketches, I don't think you would use it up very quickly. I mean, maybe it would last as long as your brushes do. You've got a detail brush, which I would rather have a flat than a detail brush because the number 10 round comes to such a nice point that I don't think you really need the detail brush. This number 10, and I noticed this with a lot of travel brushes, it's more like a number 8. But it's a nice, juicy synthetic squirrel brush, and it works great. It works great for the purpose. It's just if I had a flat for landscape, it would be ideal because for doing rocks and straight lines and things like that, I like a flat. They have bleed holes at the end. The one on the big end is on the end, and the one on the graphite end is on the side, so you can put your brush away wet. There are little nubbins inside there to keep the brush held, so if your thing gets knocked out of your hands and you have that in there, you're not going to lose it. The only way you're going to lose the pans here, the only way you're going to lose the paint is if you have like a dried like chiclet of paint there, it's going to come out of the pan. The pans are not going to come out. So if you tube filled them, they would probably be just fine in there. But I want to get right to working and doing my painting here, so I just put I put some half pans I already had in there, which I think I'm going to keep in there because I think this is a really great palette. Those are the paints in there are the Phoenix Professional paints, you get a set of 24 for around $40, and I don't think there's a better deal with a professional quality paint than those for that price point. But yeah, I do recommend this box. If you don't have a portable painter yet, if you don't have any travel kit that you're really happy with yet, I would really consider this one. If you like using an actual brush and not a water brush. If you want a water brush, I would consider, I mean, this would be fine. You could definitely use a water brush with this, and you could probably fit a short one in there. Let's see, do I have a short one in here that I could try? I think this is a shorter one. Oh no, that's still a little bit too long. You'd have to go with like one of the koi brushes. If you want to use a regular water brush, I would consider something like this, or one of the empty ones that you could just fill your own paint with and then just pop a water brush in there, or the Viviva one. The binder style is really nice to use as well. But if you want something where you can have, you know, big half pans of paint and use an actual brush, this is a really good option. I hope you found this useful. Keep an eye out for that tutorial. It might be up already, it might not be. But yeah, this is a nice little box, and really you have everything you need but the paint and the paper. So, well, I guess the paint and the paper is a big part of painting, but yeah, quality-wise, I have no qualms recommending this. Everything feels nice and sturdy. Everything fits together really well. Everything slides really smoothly, and you have the Allen wrench if you need to for tightening up and getting those hinges, those torque hinges to the tightness that you want. You just have to make sure you don't lose this. So what I would recommend, because it comes with the extra magnet, I would just keep them together in a drawer. If you have a drawer where you keep all your accessories, I feel like I've lost my little baggie with the magnet in it. Oh, it comes with this bag too, so you know, you could take the whole thing, pop it in there with your watercolor pad and your swatch and your clip and be good to go. So, I mean, really, you could just throw that in your bag. And also this is, I don't know what this is. It feels like a vinyl or something. So that would keep any juicy stuff out of your day bag if you wanted to throw that in your bag and take it with you on a trip. So, yeah, I think it's really nice. If you've been on the fence about this, you really like the format of it, but you were wondering if the quality was any good, I would say go for it. It is not brittle, it's not flimsy, it feels really rugged, but it's not super heavy either. So yeah, it gets 2 thumbs up from me. I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'll help you if I can. Check out the 20% off coupon code if you want to buy this. This was sent to me for review by Famui, and I am an affiliate, so I just wanted to disclose all of that so that you know, if you want to weigh my opinion any lighter or heavier, you can do that. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye!